Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to review round 2 of the 2025 NRL Fantasy season. So a pretty good week for myself, an improvement on last week with a 925, which was 23,000th for the round and saw me move into 24,861 overall. So from 36,000 we've moved in about 11,000 spots, so we're moving in the right direction, which is always a good sign. But if we have a look at the team, I just realised half the team's been cut off there. Mamazelis was really good with a 59, so he made some good cash and obviously some good points on field. Isaiah Yeo had an all-time stinker as far as his standard is concerned with just a 30, so definitely a forgive, but I think we'll see him bounce back this week. Terrell May was massive again with a 73, and Payne Haas continues to smash it with an 85, so I guess, we could have potentially gone without Yeo to start the year, but very glad we've got the other two. Our edges, so the big lock forwards or prop in Barnett's case, mixed results. Barnett with just a 41 was a little bit below where we were hoping he'd be, but I don't think we need to panic just yet. Hopgood with a 54 was quite good in a well-beaten side, so I think he's fairly well locked in our side. Nathan Cleary is captain this week. Not quite the smashing we thought they were going to put on the Roosters. If anything, Roosters pulled out the reverse and fed it to the Panthers, which was very unexpected. And I guess I wouldn't say necessarily unexpected, but I guess a good reverse of fortunes for Luke Metcalf this week. So looked every bit the pre-season lock that we thought he was with the 64, was involved in everything good for the Warriors against the Eagles. So unlucky to those who traded for Humphries, albeit Humphries did score well, but I think having both is the way forward. The Roosters centres obviously in a surprise win, both pretty good, 35, 38 respectively, so making us some good cash. Kalen Ponga was massive with an 82. It looks like part of their sort of game plan this year is really just to use him as the main playmaker, and the halves, sort of share the workload each side. Fletcher Sharp looks quite good on the left. That whole left side looks really good, to be fair. So if you've got a few of them, you're cheering at the moment. Iongi with just a 17. As I said in the Supercoach video, if you don't watch that, I was only listening to the commentary in the gym, trying to get a workout in before the Bulldogs game, and they kept saying Iongi was probably their best on park, but obviously that just didn't reflect in his score, so I think we can keep the faith with him. And AJ Brimson with just the 32, so was hoping for a little bit more. He did get over the try line, but couldn't quite find the ground with the ball. A couple other sort of half breaks and the like, so hopefully against a team that's not the Bulldogs, he can carve up. On our bench, Tom Duffy sort of struggling along with the rest of the Cowboys. Didn't quite get the return that he did in week 1, but I think we can hold a little bit longer. Tom Gilbert with a 43. Solid but not spectacular, so that's fine. Hubner with a 49 looked really good, but unfortunately is going to be out for the next 2 weeks, so I think he's one we just hold on to until he comes back. He'll make some more cash. Humphries we obviously got in and cheering with his 72, so I think just this week alone he made about 80k, so obviously if you got on from the start you've got 130 in the bank. But, I'll absolutely take that 80k. that he's got. Jack Cole with just a 19. Um, we thought he was going to be a bit of a lock given that he was at 250k and probably only that price because I didn't think he'd play first grade this year. But probably one we just have to hold because of the low price. And that's sort of, I guess, the one disadvantage of the whole guns and rookie strategy that we've sort of fallen into is if the rookies don't pop off, then your cash gen struggles a bit. So Riley Smith, we traded for Pakes to make the Humphreys move happen. Scored a 30, which was okay. I think I looked into it. Um, didn't cost us any points, obviously, because we didn't play Smith anyway. But I think it cost us about 13k in cash. Pakes made a bit more money off of his stronger tackling performance, I suppose. Purdue with a 22. Here's the one I am concerned about the long term. Just, doesn't he does have moments of brilliance, but it's sort of mixed in with some questionable defense. I don't know if it's the players around him or what it is. So I don't know how much longer he's got in the team. That's the Cowboys, and then consequently, obviously, my team. And then Sandon Smith, again, we weren't expecting him to do much against the Panthers, but 47. So he's already made, 70k, more to come. So that's been a win, for our sort of couple of bum rookies we've got there. At least Sandon and Lockie Hubner, to be fair, flying the flag for us. So in terms of the leagues this week, I haven't even checked these yet, if I'm being completely honest. But two close ones. There you go. A 1 point win over LA Knight. Yeah, Mark's team. So how did we squeeze a point? So Corey Horsburgh had Yo covered, but we had Payne Haas. Humphreys we had anyway. Dylan Lucas is awesome. Like him and Bo Fermor, I think, are my two targets in the centre. Having those second rowers is almost like a cheat code there. Backline very similar. Garrick got 4 points on Brimson. So I think maybe he had Brimson anyway. So it really was Payne Haas was the difference maker there for me. So loving him in the team. If we go and have a look at all of the fixtures, anyone get 4 digis? Not quite. Looks like Schmick Richards with a 995 was the top in our league, first league. So he's got Haas, May, Horsburgh, pretty decent middle. Connor Watson with 90, that's massive. Cleary and Humphreys in the halves. Kalen Ponga. Jaden Campbell with 46 was pretty good in what ended up being a well-beaten side. He had Connor Watson on the bench, so yeah, probably one we've missed out on. So 65 round 1, 90 round 2. I can't see their break-evens here. I need to go to footy stats. Don't know if it's up and running yet for round 2. Oh yeah, here we go. Break-evens for round 3. So he's not on the first page, so let's just search for him, Watson. Break-even of 26. So not bad, given that I think they're missing another middle this week with Fichetti missing out due to suspension. But I think Lenu comes back in, so it's not panic stations, but I think he's still got that 80-minute role. Stafford Tower is another one I was looking at. 56 was a big performance for the first round that he played. But in the second league, and actually a draw. So one man Tom scored 925 as well. So, identical. Have we got the same team? Is that why? Brilliant. Just copying my moves. I might have to do a Swift one in the future. But nice one, Spiro. You've stitched me up. Let's have a look if we were the top scorers in this league. Probably not. fixtures. So a couple of 950s, 957 perhaps. Sydney Sweeney's top score for Mark. So he has Connor Watson, Terrell May. James Fisher-Harris with 57, that's pretty good. Dylan Lucas with 66, Fletcher Sharp with 68, that's a good get. And Mamazelis on the bench. Seyfarth bouncing back somewhat with a 42. And probably left a few points on the bench as well. So well done, Mark. Nice. All right. Well, in terms of my trades this week and seemingly Spiro's trades as well, there's a couple of players that I'm interested in, but it's just how do we get to them? I mean, obviously, if I was looking to trade a keeper, Connor Watson would be on the radar. But, like I said, Yoza forgive. Barnett is the one that I might potentially downgrade. So, because there is a few options around that. Because I guess the two players I probably want to get in because of their price changes. Toa. So does he appear on this list? Doesn't look like it. Let's have a look. Starford Toa, -1. Why is he not on the... Did I just skip over him? Oh, there he is, fifth on the list. So, still below 300k. I think, being able to have him as centre cover instead of Purdue is the move. Obviously, with 34k, I do have to do a second move. The other player, I know maybe more so in Supercoach, but a little bit worried about is Jesse Arthurs. So break even of 5. He scored 50s the first 2 weeks and he plays the Cowboys this week. At 425, he's a little bit more expensive. But is it worth binning a gun like Barnett to get those guys in? So I guess the tough one with Arthurs as well, because he's at 400. It's not like I can, flip Hubner and bring him back in. It's going to cost a bit of money. Who else is on the... So Blake Steep's been pretty good, playing in the middle, even though he's listed as an edge. Matty Nicholson scored an 82. And with the news that who's the other one? Hoskins, out injured for a few weeks. Maybe he has a bit of job security. So if you were on him already, he's made 80k, which is pretty wild. Or is that next week? Oh, okay, so he was 450. He's gone up 50k. He's not going to score 2 tries every week. 65 minutes. Did he go off for HIA, or was there something else to that? I mean, do we take the sort of points on offer, or sorry, the cash on offer, with like someone like a Nicholson projected to, last 3 game average. So I don't know how they work the 3 game average there, but at least another 50k. Maybe push it up to 100, all going to plan. And so let's try it. So if we go Barnett out to Nicholson, does give us 200k. What can we get for like Purdue, for example? Players I can afford. So can get Arthurs if we like that 1 week sort of play. And obviously he'll make a bit of cash at his break even. What was it? 5. So you imagine he'll beat that pretty comfortably. Emre Guler on the bye this week. That's no good to us. Siwa Wong, so we could have started with him. He's gone alright. Nafahu White's gone pretty good too at the price. Oh well. Hamish Stewart I've been impressed by, but he's on the bye this week. Sam Rani scored 40, not too bad in what was a well-beaten team. But I don't know if the job security's there. Yeah, don't know. Don't think anyone else is too interesting unless maybe a Shibasaki. So what if we go Toa? And then I'll just take these two guys out. So what do we need? 11k is all we need to make this more comfortable move happen. But I mean, probably the next one on the chopping block for me is just Jack Cole. And it's like, if there's a 250k guy pop up this week, perhaps, but I don't rate it. But there's a bit of water to go on the bridge. We'll have a look at team lists on Tuesday. We'll have a look at the round preview on Thursday, where I'll lock in my trades and moves, and then I might have to shuffle it around a bit to throw Spiro off, perhaps. Or you can keep following me, champ. Whatever floats your boat. I don't think we'll both be winners, so that's fine. But yeah, I guess as always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, feel free to add them below this video. Give us a like if you enjoy the NRL Fantasy content. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content on the channel. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.